The council meeting for August 7th, 2024, and as I stated, I'll go ahead and volunteer to open this meeting with prayer. Payson, the state of Utah, the leaders of this great country and state, and also the city, that will be made to be employed to thy will and proper thought of the people that live in this. Please help us, Father. I have volunteered to say the pledge.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
As I stated, this is a special city council meeting. The regular city council meeting will involve to see. It says so the green light.
It says mine works.
Usually they don't have to get real close.
Get real close, it's not working.
No, it's not working at all.
Where's your IP person?
But it's got green light.
There, we'll share, Mayor. I think, yeah, this one works.
Okay, sorry about that. We'll go on to consent agenda. Approval of the July 17th, 2024 council minutes. Unless there's any discussion about the consent agenda, I'm ready for a motion.
Mayor, make a motion that we approve the July 17th, 2024 city council minutes.
We have a second?
I'll second that.
Okay, we have a motion and second. Roll call vote starting with Council Christensen.
Yes.
Council Rowley.
Yes.
Council Moss.
Yes.
Council Hyatt.
Yes.
Thank you. On to D, petitions. We have the order of the month.
Mayor and council, I am pleased to announce this month's Yard of the Month to Jacob and Emily Wall, and they get a gift certificate to Olson's Garden Shop. Are they here? So if anyone knows them, congratulate them.
Thank you.
Mayor?
Yes.
Linda Carter's one to talk to them, and she may have told us.
Oh, okay. We'll adjust when they come. Okay, moving on. Number 2, Chamber Business Employee or Community Service Board. Diane, are you here?
This is not Diane.
You look different than
You cut your hair. Every time you drive it.
That's new glasses, actually. Actually, not sure where it is. So, but I do have the script for it. So the community service award actually goes to my mom, Larry Moore. This is the award. She said, they said, Lorene made significant contributions to our community. She has dedicated countless hours to PTA, creating a better and safer learning environment for students. She has advocated for local politicians, volunteered for the Relay for Life, and supported families affected by cancer. Lorene played a key role in unifying the Payson and Santa Quinn Chamber of Commerce, has been instrumental in the Women in Business South Utah County organization. Lorraine has been deeply involved in the Candy Bomber Foundation, serving on the board of directors and organizing events. Her commitment to community projects is further demonstrated by her contributions to the dream of building a center for education at the Spanish Fork Airport. Lorraine's dedication to community service is a value she has passed on to her children. And, sorry, Richard Isom, Executive Director of BNI Utah South, has recognized Lorraine as a vital part of our BNI team for over 5 years. Starting as a director consultant, she later became a regional trainer and now serves as the Director of Member Success. Her impact on new members through mentoring and support has been profound as an area director for BNI. She also helps members to learn, to network, and has coached many small businesses to success. Lorraine has been involved in the chamber for many years and has devoted countless hours of service to the success of the chamber and our members. Her wisdom and willingness to share have blessed many lives. Please congratulate Lorraine.
I'm excited of all the awards that we give in the chamber, this one probably means the most to me. Yeah, our community is like our garden. And if we create good soil for our businesses, our families, our children, our friends, and our schools to grow in, then great things are going to happen for all of us. And so to me, whether something affects my business directly or my family directly, if it helps the community grow, then it helps create that better soil in our garden so that everything can grow. So I appreciate the chamber and the opportunity it's given me to help more businesses grow. So thank you.
I have never seen anyone so dedicated and gives of her time. I can actually say this because everywhere I go, she's there. And even the places I don't go, I see her pictures. So, you know, if we had 2,000 more of her, nobody could ever beat our community. But she has done so much for our community, and I want to thank her personally because I've always looked up to you because you are an awesome person.
Thank you.
One more.
Okay. Oh, good, then I won't let quite as short. Yeah.
Just want to take a picture. Thank you.
Does this microphone work?
Can you hear me? Yeah.
All right, well, I apologize for being late.
You're fine.
I'll remember that I have to kick people out quicker on city council days. I'm going to give you a report on the chamber. So we hired Katie Apgood last month. Some of you may have met her. She manages our social media and she serves as an executive assistant to Jim, who is our president and CEO. She's off to a really good start and she loves her service there. So we're glad to have her. We participated in the Scottish Festival, which we love. Thank you. I love the Scottish Festival. And we just wanted to thank everyone who was involved in putting that together. We added 5 new members over the last 3 months and closed our books for 2023 and 2024 with a total revenue of $82,272.50 and a net revenue of this is good for the chamber, negative $166. So we have a goal of being above that by next year. It's been a lot of work that we've had to do with coming up with new sources of revenue that are working for the chamber, and we appreciate the help from the cities. Jim has done a really, really amazing job in bringing the chamber to be a solvent and a steady, good force in the communities that we serve. So we're in the process of creating an advisory board, which we've never had before. We have a lot of really good members of the chamber who have served in positions like chairman of the board or other positions, and they are willing to be advisors to the chamber. And we felt like would be really good to have an advisory committee in addition to the general board. So we're excited to be getting that going. Upcoming events, we have Breakfast Club on August 13th at 7:30 a.m. in the chamber offices. This is going to be a really good one. If any of you here have interest in this, Camilla Pendleton is presenting resources to help entrepreneurs and small businesses grow. So that will be a very good breakfast club on Tuesday morning at 7:30. Hometown Market we've been doing over in Santaquin, and it's been a really fun event. If you can make it over there, we have done 2 young entrepreneurs events. The second one is in a couple weeks, and we have 65 vendors that night, and 35 of them are kids. And it's really funny, if you come, bring money, because you look at them and you're like, I want to buy your pea shooter. I want to buy your little art that you did. And it's a fun thing. We've been in discussion with 2 people wanting to start a Payson farmers market. And we're happy to be involved if that is something that could come to pass. So we've been doing Passport to Summer. I don't know if you've seen people or your kids are doing it, but all of the school kids got these passports this year. They've been running around to local businesses getting their passports stamped. I think I had like 20 kids in my office today getting their passports stamped. So it was really great. We're having our pool party on Saturday. So the event ends this Saturday, and it's been a very successful event. We were happy to have that added to our agenda this year. We're giving out over 200 prizes. We have over $1,000 of raffle prizes to give away. So Small Business Saturday. I met with Dave Tuckett about that this week. Thank you, Dave, for meeting with me. It takes a lot of planning to get that ready. It's on Saturday, November 30th. It will be from noon to 5. And we'd love the city's participation in that. I know after last year, Mayor, you were super excited about how that event went. We're planning on doubling our booths this year. And we'd love to piggyback that with a city event at the end of the evening that night, if possible. So we'll be in touch about that. And then if you'll put on your calendars, our gala is scheduled for February 6th in 2025. And we're looking for a really dynamic speaker. If any of you have great ideas, just let myself or Jim know about that. So that's the report from the chamber. Do you have any questions for me?
Thanks, Dan. Hey, will you touch base with me either this week or next? Let's talk about the farmers market. I have some ideas and possible location I'd like to talk to you about.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. Thank you. Ann, did you want to add anything?
No, you did a great job.
Okay, thanks. I know it's thorough. It's a lot. Thank you.
Thank you, Diane. I might mention we have the council here in the council chambers, and Brian Hewlett is online. I failed to mention he is on vacation, so he's interrupting his family vacation. He's actually out of the country, so he's dedicated. Yes. So welcome, Brian. Can you hear us?
It's probably several minutes.
Well, at least he's online there. We'll get back to him.
Hey, Mayor.
Yes.
Check all your microphones. I think maybe we fixed the problem.
I got one
All your
in.
microphones work?
Yes.
It's not on, so I'm not going back.
Sorry, Dave, I couldn't resist.
Okay. Thank you for being here, folks. Okay, we'll move on to number 4. Public forum. Anyone can speak. Please limit your time if you would, and tell us who you are and come on up and speak with us if you'd like.
Are you gonna reserve time for action item 3, or you don't want anything brought up about it?
Well, action item, E.
Yeah.
We can have a conversation there at that time.
It's not a public hearing, so it's at your discretion.
Yeah,
So they can speak now.
If you want, okay, and speak now if you want. Because it's not a public hearing, but if you like, it's on the agenda, we'll make an exception, so go ahead.
Okay, I'll wait.
No, you can come on up, but please, go ahead, come on up.
Yeah, this would be a great time to speak about it.
Be a great time.
Well, it's in reference to your plunder building, consideration. Has there been an appraisal done? Scott Phillips, prior city council. Has there been an official appraisal?
We're in the process of doing that.
Because I got to sit on the council after we did a previous purchase back in the day, the 500 acres up behind the golf course. We decided as a council we want to sell it, so we get an appraisal after the fact, and there never was one done, and we could even sell it for what they bought it for. So I would hope. I just don't understand the discrepancy. Somebody said the county said it was worth 4.1 million, and they're asking 7 or 8 million.
If you'll sell your house for what the county assesses it for, I'll bring you a check tomorrow.
Commercial's different. No, it's taxed at 100%.
But we are doing an official appraisal. That's part of the process.
Well, and then the other thing is, we waste our money on surveys. That wasn't at the top of the list. You seen was at the top of the list. It's been at the top of the list for 20 plus years, and we still don't do much about it.
Scott, thank you. If anyone else would like to come up and speak with us? Okay, is anybody online? Okay, we'll go ahead and close the public forum. Scott, thank you for your comments. Appreciate it. Okay, we'll move on to staff reports. Okay, Chief, come on up.
Mayor, I just want to thank the community for coming out to National Night Out last night. Also want to thank our sponsors, Walmart, what's his name, Tarisco Taco, the taco guy. Ricardo. Walmart, Mountain America, Communities that Care, the Chamber, the Fire Department, and the ambulance were there, and all of our officers, and thank them for their help and the community for their support. It was a little hot, and I think it drove a few of the customers away, but it was good still. So thank you.
Thank you, Chief.
Mayor and Council, I'll just be brief, but I wanted to let you know, Travis and I are on the selection committee for the design team for the interchange, and I wanted to let you know that RFP was released this week. So I know that there are several firms that are actively pursuing that. We can't talk to them as Travis and I are on the committee, but I know that there's been a lot of interest, and we're excited to see how that goes. I will tell you that I think that as that process goes along, it'll be interesting to see how much is able to be done with the amount of money that we have, and I'm excited for the process to get started and going. The donation has occurred, and so that's able to move forward now. So the other thing that I just wanted to let you know, also with some planning efforts and an RFP, the RFP for the Nebo area specific area plan was released on Monday as well. That was a grant that we received from MAG with a total allotment of $250,000 to do planning work, economic development work, utility planning for that Nebo area, that Nebo Beltway area, so we can be prepared for what we expect to be the growth that is coming in that area. That's just exciting news, and we appreciate your support in that. We'll keep you updated on selection and how the process goes.
So did we get anything back from when we went, and told them what we wanted? What's that been, a couple months ago? The area specific grant.
I'm not sure. That's the process that we're going through right now. Yeah. So that's the process that we're going through right now to say, we developed a scope of work in conjunction with MAG to make sure that all of those points of future land use, economic development, all of those things are being incorporated into that area. The station area plan is the one that I think that you're referencing. That is still in the final stages of being worked through. We're still working with the consultant and to see those changes that were requested. We haven't seen that yet, and so we're hopeful that our feedback was heard. I'll give you an update when we get more information. Thanks, everybody.
Thanks, Robert. All right, so hello. Sorry, I can't read my writing now. We at the parks, we removed 8 dead trees, I guess you'd say, dying trees along the Dry Creek Channel. That's going on. I'd like to thank the parks, especially for the salmon supper and all the celebrations. They really do a great job. So thanks, Wes and everyone. We're just about finished with the sod at the cemetery. So like I told you, we're just getting the amount of sod we can get each time, but everything's backfilled, so that should be completed pretty quick. Also coming forward at the cemetery, there are some trees that have died that we're going to have to take out. We'll probably do that this winter, just to let you know. I'll keep you posted on that. Usually when we take out a tree, we always replace it. So, we'll replace it with something. So sometimes the living of the residents there get pretty emotional about that. So we'll try to keep them in the loop also. We received all the parts for the playground on Memorial Park, so we have those in our possession.
We're getting a new playground?
No, just to fix the new one. We're up for a new playground though. But we'll have that done for the celebration. So it's a lot of work. We also received the boat ramp kayak launching sprain length apparatus. So that's on the to-do list. That'll be coming. And last but not least, this fall we're going to plant 5 to 6 more trees at Memorial Park. We're just always trying, all those trees, they're old and we're having some struggles with some. We try to keep them all, but we're going to start a planting process. So hopefully by the time some come out, we can get some more growing. So that's all I've got. Thank you.
Thanks, Tracy. Thanks. Appreciate you.
So in the recreation and other things, I do want to say a thank you as well for the salmon supper, for all those that supported. The firemen did an excellent job. Parks crew, fantastic before and after. And I know you'll probably repeat that. I don't want to say that too much, but it was great. We're certainly moving forward towards Onion Days, doing more planning as we get closer now for that. In the pool, for the public to know as well, we're just finishing up swim lessons. We hit a record this year, 2,317 swim lessons taught. And we will be open for open swim until school starts every day. And then after that, it's on the weekends. For that, it's been a hot summer, by the way, if you haven't noticed. If you do need to cool off, you go to the pool, that helps. And just real quick, fall sports, we started adult fall softball programs and co-ed adult softball this week. Football's been going. You've been seeing kids around in the gear. So cheerleading, soccer, fall soccer. We started drafting last Monday night. Dance, gymnastics, tumbling, hardcore. We're taking registrations for, and we'll be starting just as we start school. So thank you.
Any other staff? If not, we'll move on to council report, starting with Council Hyatt. You get to go first this time.
Well, I was just going to reiterate just what Carl said, the salmon supper. I can't believe how many people came up and just said, every city should do this. Our city should do this. And I thought about it and I thought, we really think about how many cities really do anything like we do with that. And I know it started out at some wards, and moved up.
Not just some ward, my word.
Okay. I wasn't here. here, so I wouldn't know that, but, it's amazing because the people would go through, they go, oh my heck, look at the piece of that salmon, you know, and it was, like I said, everyone that went through, there was only one lady that went through 3 times because she didn't like her fish. Literally, she kept hitting different places. She hit him, she hit somebody before him, and then she hit me because she didn't get the piece that she wanted.
But you kept the old one.
No, she didn't.
Okay.
Of course not. But everyone else, total positivity. I mean, I just couldn't believe what we put on that other cities don't even think about. So I just, when he thanks them, I mean, I know the parks people worked on that for the whole week, you know, they set it all up and then the firemen come in and have to be in the hot, and then the parks take it apart, and geez, that's a lot of work by our people. And we had a lot of volunteers, and I'm really, even from the little town I'm from, I don't think I've ever seen volunteers like that. It's amazing that Payson gets those volunteers out, and I really appreciate them.
And that's it. So now you guys can still hear something.
We can add to it. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
It was my first salmon supper, and it was delicious. My husband and I helped serve, and that was so fun. And such generous portions and delicious salmon. And I want to thank all the volunteers as well. Our Payson High School football team and cheerleaders did an amazing job. They stayed the whole time, helped clean up tables and helped hold trays for people who couldn't hold them. And it was just an amazing thing. And I'm excited for next year already. And I thought I would say the same. So thanks for everyone that was involved in that.
Okay. Well, I might as well stay with the chain of thought that I thank everyone for the salmon supper. As mayor, I get to the privilege to invite some dignitaries to that salmon supper, and without exception, the ones that came were very, very complimentary, very jealous. We had, among others, we had Congressman Curtis, Don Curtis that came, and many mayors, not all were able to come. We had Trustee Jeff Asherson from UTA that came, and very, very complimentary. In fact, there were some that said, well, have you ever thought about a second day? And I basically said, hell no. it's too hard. But yeah, thank you for everyone that volunteers and takes care of this salmon supper. Councilor Rowley.
Thank you, Mayor. Yeah, I'll ditto to that, and just a big shout out to the firefighters. They're cooking the fish over the fires in their wildland turnouts. That was extremely, extremely hot. I still smell like fish. That was a lot of fish. I'm so thankful to our police department. Again, I interacted with a resident that just applauded their response time to an event that happened at their house. So thank you, Chief Bishop, for officers getting there quickly and helping out. Thank you. And I want to thank the streets department. They helped get a storm drain retention pond cleaned up for some residents in Payson that was overdue. So thank you to the streets department. And Carl, thank you for helping facilitate the Allianz group meeting. I appreciate it. She reached out to you yet? Okay. But thank you for helping it with that. I so appreciate it. And I'm so thankful for the good residents that are here tonight and work for you. So thank you for taking time to see what's going on with your city, with our city that we love. And then I just have a few quick ideas to run past staff. First is to get soap in the parks bathrooms. I don't know if that's never happened, if there's a vandalism issue, or okay, that's what I was wondering. So okay, do we put soap there during celebrations at least, or no?
Yeah, typically we put out the hand ones because the ones we put on the wall get broken off.
Okay, that's what I was afraid of. Okay.
We might be able to find a more sturdy stainless steel or something that might last a little longer.
Yeah,
but
that's a tricky thing with vandalism. So
nobody, yeah, for some reason people want to knock it off the wall, but one day they'll need it.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Every time you go to the bathroom, you wish it was there. You want it. So okay. I know it's been thought about, so I just want to bring that up and see if it's worth looking at. See if we could get some sort of soap dispensers in the bathrooms at the park. Whether they're electrified, wrapped in barbed wire, whatever we need to do. Yes. Yeah. And then the water fountain at the park. I'm gonna bring something up that's way testy here. You know the big water fountain at the park. I don't know if COVID started in the lab in China or right there. but the kids go and suck down on the pipes. There's no pressure. I wonder if it's time to do something else with that and rip it out. I know I might get voted out of office just for saying such things, but yeah, that water fountain at the park, I know there's always kids climbing up on, like fear one falling off, cracking their head open on the concrete, and then no water pressure, so they're sucking right on the pipes. So just something to think about. And then can we use the budget to get a real bear for the bear cage? Has that ever been brought up? Payson Park? No? Okay.
Have to have competition with what's already in there.
Yeah, okay. Well, thank you.
Zooms from the possibility stuff.
But that's all I have. Thank you, staff and residents.
I'm just gonna do it all because it was all great. The salmon supper was fun. One comment, I think we need to put a sign up there that says this is a lot like fishing. You don't know what size you're gonna get. We try to get good portions, and 99% of the people are appreciative, but every once in a while I don't know, get irked. I shouldn't, but I do. Shout out to staff, they've been doing great. They were cleaning up some corridors today. It looked really nice. The trees cut back. It always makes me think about the need for curb gutter and sidewalk. I wish we just had a great big windfall and the city could afford all that stuff. But I blame Travis. He says he could bankrupt us in 15 minutes. Right. 15 seconds between infrastructure upgrades and roads and sidewalks and things like that. And it has been on the table. I've pushed it for 7 years. There's just not the money to do it, but it would be nice. But thank you to all of them for all that they do. So thank you.
I'd just like to add one postscript to my comments. Salmon supper is really popular, and we've responded to some suggestions that citizens have had. The last three days of May, we opened it up just to Payson City residents, and we're able to sell about 1,600 tickets there. We still get feedback that they didn't get a chance to get the tickets, but we're trying. It's so popular that after that 3-day period, we opened it back to the public on the 3rd of June, I believe it was. And we were all surprised how quick it sold out, about 22 minutes. So, very good activity. Thank you, Council. Okay. Yes, Brian, yes, please. God, you reminded me. Brian, look.
I have nothing, thank you.
Well, good. We can hear you now.
Yeah.
Thank you, Brian. Okay, moving on to E, action items resolution, issuance and sale of not more than 10 million aggregate principal amount of sales tax revenue bonds, series 2024, fixing the maximum principal amount, maximum number of years, maximum interest rate, and maximum discount from par, as well as authorizing the posting of a notice of public hearing, authorizing and approving a supplemental indenture, a bond purchase agreement, and other required documents and related matters. Wow, can I take a breath? Hey, Dave.
So, Mayor and Council, this body approved a real estate purchase contract to potential of purchasing the Plunder building. Part of that is we're in the due diligence period. So one of the things that we would need to do in order to purchase that would arrange financing. We've talked to the council about having a down payment, but we also have looked, we don't have the ability to pay cash for the full amount. So this is a resolution that bond attorneys have put together. Brian Baker is here, our financial advisor with Science Bank, if you have any questions. But this would set a scene saying the council is okay to bond up to a certain amount. We don't plan on going to that amount, but we put that in there as flexibility. There's 3 things that we looked at in the real estate purchase contract. One is that we would hire an architect to look at the building to see what it would take to make it into a municipal building with the justice court, the other various departments. That's in process. This would need to be approved to be able to have the ability to bond for the amount that we can't pay cash for, up to that amount. And the third part is, as Scott mentioned, is an appraisal. It's contingent upon an appraisal coming in the amount that we've signed a purchase contract that's lower than that, then the council has the ability to cancel the contract. So there's some off ramps, but this is one of the things that needs to be done. As the mayor read, if this is approved tonight, there is a public hearing that would be scheduled for the public to comment on the proposal. That would be next council meeting on August 21st. Then there's a 30-day contest period as part of that. Then we would work with Zion's public finance and the bond people to get the best financing we can for this purpose. So this is just one of the steps in our due diligence, but it's totally up to the council. If the council chooses that it's not right, then we have the ability to terminate the real estate purchase contract and move on. So that's what's before the council this time.
If I might, before, and I'll open up the council discussion too, but I'd like to put my 2 cents worth in. I don't get to vote, but you know, we're looking at this, and in response to Scott's comments, this is something that we hadn't really planned on looking at. Kind of an opportunity that came to our way that we weren't expecting. The building that we are in has got a very good long history dating back to the 40s. It's been remodeled along the way during that 1940 to roughly now. It's been remodeled many times. It was remodeled in the mid-60s to early 70s with the new 2-story addition to the side. It was remodeled again after Mount View Hospital. Mountain Star Corporation bought the hospital and built a new one. And then I don't know what the situation was, whether they gave it back to the city or the city purchased it at a very good price, but it was brought back to the city. City remodeled at that time in around 1984. And it served the citizens very well. But we've had this opportunity that I believe is very good to take a look at. The maintenance issues are substantial here. We don't have the technical stuff that a lot of police departments and city administrations in other cities have. And we're bringing the court and the police department and the city offices all together again. If we were and we're bursting into the seams at the police department. There's some technology concerns there that need to be added. If we had to build a separate police department, that could cost in excess of $10 to $15 million. Well, and this is part of the things that we're going to discuss as we go through the process to see if it's feasible. But it's something that we're, at least in my mind, we're looking toward the future and saving the city money down the road. So I just wanted to inject those comments into the discussion. So, council.
Thank you, Mayor. I guess on this particular item, I almost feel sick about it. When I drove past the city center a few weeks ago, I looked at this beautiful lawn here in front, and I saw a football team practicing football, and I saw Tabitha's Way mobile food pantry here, and the donation boxes, as well as the mobile food truck and the local food pantry we put here. I don't believe that the location of the Plunder building is conducive to a city center. I think it's too far out of the way. I think the road it's on is too busy, congested by too many semis. I definitely understand the need for more space and more building, but that building is the same square footage as this one almost. And I feel this building's been neglected for too long, and I would love to see us put some money into this and buy us some time. I think Payson City's on the cusp of something big and wonderful. I think if we're just patient, I think something better will come along. And I'd like us to utilize the space that we've got at Wilson Elementary as well. That was a great purchase, a lot of land, a nice building. It's big, it's a little bit bigger than this even. And so I would love to shuffle things around and give the police upgrades and all the space that they need. But I think the idea of buying a warehouse and trying to convert it to a municipal building, I think the cost would far outweigh the benefits. And with the debt we have incurring because of a mandated sewer treatment plant upgrade, and also with what we need to do to the power plant to make our power grid self-sufficient for our residents, and to make sure that we take care of our employees and not overburden them and short staff them, and also overburden our residents. I don't think it'd be wise or prudent financially to move forward with even entertaining this bond or moving forward with the purchase at this time. And also the survey we just sent out, I think it's a dangerous thing to do things like that and then do the exact opposite of what the survey says. And so that's where I'm at right now.
Any other discussion? Council Christian, looks like you're ready.
So I'm going to agree with Councilman Rowley wholeheartedly with that. The only caveat that I could possibly see is the need for a new ambulance station and a new police station, but I don't know that the Plunder building is still right for that. I don't know that we need to abandon that option. Maybe we could find something else and see how much it would cost to build a building that would facilitate that. If we could do it for the same $10 million, I would be more than happy to incur the debt if it was headed the right direction. But I don't know. Like I have mentioned to some, that's probably the only vote I've ever regretted was last time when I voted in favor of it. Where I stand. I do feel for our men in blue and need to find them a little bit more room for sure. And I like the idea of shuffling some things around and maybe evaluating everything we have citywide, building wise, and make sure that we are utilizing everything the best that we really can, kind of to make sure that we don't have little nooks and crannies somewhere that aren't being used the way they should be. So.
Ladies?
Oh, I feel the same way. Struggled with this since the vote went 3-2 last time. As a business owner of a couple businesses, like there's been times when I've had to use baling wire to fix something. And I mean, I realize we do need more than what we have now, but with the situation of what's going on in the economy, and at this time, I just don't feel it's a good time to take that kind of money and invest in something like that. It is a beautiful building. I can't take away from that, but I agree. We have other places we could shuffle people around, and yes, we would have to take some money to do what the police department needs, you know, in the justice court. But if we move things and we do have the other school, it would take a while to get the school out of there, but there are other options. And that amount of money just right now, had this been 2 or 3 years ago when things were going really awesome, I probably would have said yes, because everybody was making money, they could buy their food, they could buy their gas, they didn't have problems, but that's not the way it is now. And so I'm pulling back. I have to do it in my own business. I have to pull back. There's a lot of things I can't purchase now that I should have purchased a year ago, but I can't do that now. So I am against it.
Ask you guys, are you against just this bond, or are you against going for the Plunder building? Because I feel like, yes, I hear what you guys are all saying. I don't want to spend a lot of money. We had to ask for a ceiling amount for the sewage plant, correct? I've had a good talk with Chief Bishop, and the location there allows our police department better response times because they have 2 outlets. And so, but that's what Chief Bishop has said, and our officers. And so I've heard what he said, I've heard what other staff has said about we are running out of room for our records here. They're what, in the old morgue downstairs? And the HVAC system here, and so I'm torn. And yeah, there's an HVAC systems issue at the Thunder Building as well. But I feel like all the upgrades we have to do to this building, we would spend that money anyway on the other building to retrofit what we need. And this action item is just a step to see if we can even do it. We still have outs after this. This is just a step towards finding out if we really need to get the other building. I just feel like, I know that the survey said it was what, 4th? But this just fell in our laps all of a sudden. And parts of this building are from the 30s. I don't know, I'm torn. I know we need one. I know it's a lot of money.
To Councilor Moss's point, that this would take an astronomical amount of money to retrofit this building, no doubt. But
an astronomical amount. That's the right word.
The nice thing is this building is bought and paid for, so it would be debt-free investment, which I think is a wonderful thing.
When I live in a house,
You remodel a building.
I live in a house that was homesteaded. One room in there is homesteaded. Okay, you go out there and you look, you'd never guess because of what I've done. And yes, this is an old building. My one place is over 200 years old. My kitchen, it doesn't look like it, but it is. So I realize this is an old building and there are things that we can do to make things better. Maybe we don't want to put as much money into it, but make things better, like where the records are at. We definitely want them to be safe. We don't want them on the ground. We need to find a place to put them that they are safe. The police department, that's when we talked about moving things, shifting things around, because we do see that. It's just at this time, I mean, like I said, this has been 2 or 3 years ago when the economy was just going full force. I probably voted for it. But at this point, I don't feel that we should take on added debt because of how much debt we've already basically been forced to take, or we've had to take to make the city be better. So I love it. Don't get me wrong.
You're against it. I'm okay.
I just at this point, I feel that we need to turn it back to the guy so he can see if he can sell it to somebody else. Because
we don't want to waste their time.
We don't want to waste their time. That's it.
Okay, Brian, do you have some comments? We haven't heard.
Yeah, I have some comments. One, this is just a step in the process. There is no obligation. It doesn't cost us any money to continue looking at this. We have somebody looking at the building to see if it's going to fit the city's needs. We can look at a cost benefit analysis. It might be cheaper in the long run to go to this building, pay the payments versus utilities upgrades on this older building. So this is just a process to me. The police need a place. Maybe we just look at doing this for the police station and bonding it that way and taking care of the police and renting the rest of it out. But if we stop the process, we have no options to even look at that. If you go back to the surveys, yes, it was 3rd place out of 4th place. That was the roads are a little bit higher. Recreation center, city center are very close. And if you go look at all the comments there's hundreds of comments under the city center, and they talk about how a lot of people, I was surprised how many talk about we need a new city center, we need to upgrade, we need to put our best foot forward and things like that. So I think a lot of them didn't have a problem with spending city funds to do that. So I don't particularly like the location, but if we look at the cost benefit analysis, and that's what I'm looking for, bottom line, how's this going to affect the city? How much is this might be the best option we have. We have some RDA funds that we can't use anyplace else. They won't be able to retrofit this building, but they could go into this new building. We also have the option of maybe looking at the Innovation Center to go in this building, which would free up some more money that we're putting towards the Innovation Center. So I just think we ought to keep the process moving forward for a couple more weeks, look at it, and be able to make a decision based on cost benefit and what it really would do for the city or not do for the city, and make a wise decision based on facts and not emotions.
Council, any further discussion?
Yeah, I have a couple more.
Okay.
I don't think I'm ready to stop the process yet because we still have some unknowns. I don't have as much faith as some other people on the council in the future of prices going down. I want to explore this option a little bit more. We're not going to get a loan for $10 million. We already have a whole bunch of money to put towards the loan. We have other options to pay it off quicker. Like Councilman Hewlett said, we have RDA funds that can't really go anywhere else. It would be good to put this towards the cost of this. And we need to bring Payson up to current times because this is, I think it's important to at least explore some more on this path, and because we still have some more exits in the future. That's how I'm feeling. If it was a full 10 million, if it was a full 8 or 9 million, I'd be like, no way. But we still have some options.
I guess I think we could reach that 10 million in a big hurry.
Well, we could if
the
we were
building is,
if we were building some stuff in this, if we were upgrading stuff in this building.
I think with 3 million, the things Steve could do with this building would be a really neat thing. But yeah, I just, whenever we put a cap, we put it there for a reason, because there's a probability we'll get to that number.
Why did we determine 10 million was the cap?
Purchase price plus renovations.
Yeah, the purchase price, we have a down payment, but until we have this architect to be able to give us some cost estimates of what would need to be done, we didn't know.
Well, with the down payment and some of the other money that we put towards it, that would be the 3 million that we could use on that instead of in an old building that is falling apart. So I'm still willing to explore further.
Hey, council, any other comments? Heard from all of you. So what, Dave, any further from you?
I don't have anything. It's just if you want to put a motion, see if it passes.
Yeah. So this is a really speedy due diligence period as well, especially for a commercial building. That's another piece of heartburn I have for this. So you know that how many days we have left in our due diligence, Dave? It's already been 2 weeks, maybe 3.
Well, you have 90 days, but after 60 days, you start losing some of your earnest money. The 60-day period's up September 15th.
Yeah, that's coming pretty quick.
So this is something due tomorrow.
Okay, I think we've discussed it enough, so I'm ready for a motion.
Mayor, I motion that we pass.
Approve.
This resolution as stated.
Go ahead. I already read it, so you don't have to worry about it. Okay, we have a motion. Is there a second?
I'll second it.
Okay, we have a motion that has been seconded. Roll call vote starting with Council Hewlett.
Yes.
Council Hyatt.
No.
Council Moss.
Yes.
Council Rowley.
No.
Council Christensen.
No.
Okay, motion fails.
Thank you, Science Man, for coming down the podcast.
Sorry, no money tonight.
Hey, we're always happy to be part of the process.
Okay, this will complete the special city council meeting, so I'll accept the motion for. Oh, another month, Linda. Great. Would you want to go back up to the podium?
Are they here?
Yeah, they just
You're sitting right. Oh, okay.
Thank you.
Mayor and council, I am pleased to announce, again, one more time, The Yard of the Month for August is being awarded to Jacob and Emily Wall for their beautiful yard. Thank you for keeping Payson beautiful, and you have a certificate, and come up here for your gift card to Olson's Garden Club. $100 to Olson's Garden Club.
You're gonna take credit.
Whatever. All right.
Thank you. Appreciate
Thank you.
We had a special council meeting before the next meeting.
Ladies and gentlemen, we need to take just a little bit of business before we move on. I'll take a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Okay, meeting's adjourned. We'll re-adjourn at 6 o'clock. Thank you.